There we go. Should be live. Let me know if it updates on YouTube.
Not at the moment.
Maybe
It's still
refresh.
on the thumbnail. Yeah, I refreshed it 2 times. Let's see. Oh, there it is.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
We're live.
We're live. Let's go. What's good?
What's up, everybody?
What's good?
We're gonna review some tracks.
Zabuza. Space Ghost. What's good, guys? All right, first up we got JNX or Jinx, maybe. Square 4 pants. Let's go. Let us know if the audio is good.
Nice intro, minimalistic. Like
yeah, I like it.
Damn.
Yo. Yeah, that's
wow.
tight.
Okay,
I like that.
We're starting off strong. Jesus Christ.
Yo, what's good, Miles? Yeah, I really like this intro. This respace is sick. Or like that little. Like,
honestly, the whole thing is really nice. I have nothing bad to say about this. To be honest, like even the mix down is crazy. Really reminds me of like a mix between Matt Dubs and Infect. It has like some kind of like Matt Dubs sound design elements and like the whole like structure vibe of like Infect. Really a good track. Honestly, really surprised about this one. We're starting off really strong.
I mean, if I was to like get like really nitpicky, like you could maybe brighten up the clap a little bit, but besides that,
play it again. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just because like really, the clap and the clap and the synth kind of share like a similar frequency spectrum. I think just like a little bit of brightness on the clap could really make it.
Or
like,
even just layering the clap with like a slightly higher pitch clap, like just to give it a more like a snappy one.
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely.
But it's really not a big deal. Like at the end of the day, you could easily release this and it could be like a really good track.
Exactly.
By the way, if you're watching this, I don't know how to pronounce your name, probably Jinx. Hit me with a copy of that because I really want to play this.
Yeah. Yeah, when you finish that, definitely send again. I would definitely like
Sluice, my boy. I don't know if he's in the chat.
He usually is. I don't know if he is right now, but I should probably fucking put on my story that we're live as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same too.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, let's play this. We got Rambling by Snoops. Skull.
You really put Organization 13 in a pickle. I guess that must be why the Keyblade chose you. But man, did it pick a dud this time. You don't look like you're half the hero the others were.
Are you done rambling?
Nice girl.
Rambling? As if. All I'm trying to tell you, traitor, is that your time is up.
This is a cool vocal sample.
Yeah, I was about to say this too.
Why did you call me Roxas?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Ooh.
Okay.
We have some great tracks today, jeez.
A little like deep dub vibe.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, hold on. this is dope. I think the top end percussion is a little too loud for
Morbid
sure.
really pointed out something I wanted to point out too, is that the ride is like maybe a little too like loud, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a really great track, honestly. Sluice hit me
Mhm.
up with that too. I want to play this while I begin my live streams because I always play a deep track before everybody joins. So would
Hell
love to
yeah.
feature that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, this one's cool. I think, yeah, just like the ride and like the top end percussion, like this crash right here as well. Like
Yeah, maybe a
that's-
little too loud. Just a little
And
too
just
loud.
like some of the like white noise sweeps and stuff like that, you could dial back a bit, but yeah.
You like to
Also
know.
like yeah, I think the drums too just need like a little bit of leveling. Like I think like the snare is just like a little bit too quiet and the kick is just a little bit too loud.
I was about to point out that too.
Yeah. But besides that, I really like it. I don't think I've heard Sluice make a deeper tune, so it's kind of cool.
Me neither. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really cool.
Hell
Shout out to
yeah.
Sluice.
Yeah, big facts. Thanks for sending that one in. All right, we got Jitters and Cryptic. It goes off. Let's go. All right.
Judging by the cover, I feel like it's gonna be like Mimi vocals, I guess.
That is a wild cover.
I like that.
Ooh, little triplet hats.
Nice.
I like these hats a lot.
Yeah. Triple hats are like my favorite thing.
Yeah. Little flow switch.
Nice. We really have some good submissions today.
Yeah, definitely. All good, more.
Yeah, the triple hats.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this one's cool.
I wrote down some notes. I have a couple things to address. First of all,
Sure.
this tune is really, really good. Really like that. Really like the sound design. First thing I gotta say is I feel like the clap is a bit too wide, stereo-wise. Like maybe like narrow it down would probably be like just a little bit better. The hi-hats are a little too loud, in my opinion. This is personal feedback, but I would just add more like atmospheres. So like little like
Yeah, definitely.
and like just here and there to like really like bring the whole vibe of the track back together. So I feel like it was maybe a little too empty at some space. And in one of the switches, there's one synth that has like a bad resonance peak. I would just like check on the spectrum, like with span or something, and just like EQ some of those resonance peak. I think it was in the second switch, if I remember correctly. Maybe put back the second switch. No, it was the first one. Yeah. Yeah, this one though.
Yeah.
This one, you feel like it's a little bit too harsh on the ears, but it's a really good synth. It just needs a bit more EQ, that's it. in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the mix down overall is a bit quiet as well. And like you said, with the atmospheres, like you could add some more background elements to really fill up the mix a bit. But I think also like the synths could be worked on a little bit more and just like you could refine them a bit more. But I really like the drums. Like the drums are nice. I think the hat is like, honestly, I think the hat's the only thing that's the right volume, to be honest. I think everything else just needs to be brought up to the hat instead of the hat being brought down. Because, like, I feel like it could be a lot louder. You can even tell by the waveform, like,
what I would do personally is just turn down the ats and then put a soft clipper on the master and just, like, crank it a little bit. That's it.
For sure. But yeah, this is a dope one.
Overall, it's a really good track.
Yeah,
good
I like
job,
the flow switches
boys.
and stuff too. Like the progression of it is nice. But yeah, thank you for sending it in. All right, we got Employee Madness by Locust Dubs.
Locust, my G from Budapest.
Let's go.
This guy's getting really good. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
These tasks can be challenging, but we are encouraging you to solve all of them because it is a great practice.
Ooh. I like these drums.
Faszom, miért nem működik? Hát a kurva anyád, bazd meg!
I like this switch.
Yep.
Undefined. Hogy a faszomba undefined?
Yeah, this
really good
tight.
one. I like that. I'll go first. The pre-drop vocal is maybe a little too loud compared to like the rest of the vocals.
Yeah,
so like
I
the
noticed that as
like
well.
last phrase just like before the drops. Once again, more atmosphere, more background elements. I feel like just adding a little more would fill the track up a little bit. I noticed there's a ride in the background. It has like some kind of like a weird tail. I think maybe you could like just shorten it down a little bit. And the hats are too quiet in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, definitely. I think pretty much you nailed it. Like this vocal.
Yeah, this one was a little too loud.
Another thing, like just like the build up, I think there could be more of a pause before the drop, kind of like. Yeah. I feel like the drums.
Yeah, it
like,
would make
like they kind of like linger on right here. You know, like
yeah, you can't really tell if it's like the beginning of the drop or it's still like part of the intro. So like maybe like just make it like more simple in the intro. It would just make the drop hits harder, in my opinion. Yeah. That's also another point.
Yeah, definitely. But I like this one. It's cool. I think it has like a lot of potential. The drums are really fire for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yo, what's good? Loom and Vacchio.
Vacchio, my
doing?
G.
All right, we got
Arctic
Krito.
Jungle.
Dude, Krito has been sending in crazy shit to the streams. I'm excited for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know this guy. Let's see.
He's really talented.
Damn.
So good every time. Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the show. Feel the doom, what's good?
Damn.
Oh my god, I love the story on this.
Yep. Really good.
Yes. Oh my god.
All right.
Super creative. Holy
All right.
shit.
I'll just have to say it. This guy is way better than me at producing, so I don't think he needs my feedback on that because like that is fucking crazy. How have I not
Good.
heard of this guy before? Jesus fuck.
Yeah. I want to hear
Yeah,
the
no.
second drop, see if there's anything.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. Yo. Jesus Christ.
I have nothing bad to say about this. The whole like atmosphere, the whole like fucking since the stereo is fucking sick. Like you can
Hold on,
see
I'm
that
just
you
gonna-
put, like elements like on the
just gonna-
sides. And
Do a little bit of research on how to uninstall FL Studio real quick. Holy shit.
oh yo,
dude.
shout out to
It's
this
so
guy.
good.
Honestly, really, really fucking good. Yep.
I've never heard anything like that before, dude. Well, yeah, like insane.
Instant
Actually
banger.
crazy.
Nothing bad to say.
All right, we got. Yeah, I mean, like, how do you give feedback on that? Like, it's perfect. Release it. honestly.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing to say about that.
Yeah. All right, we got Somebody by Flu, I would imagine it's pronounced.
I guess, yeah.
Yep. All right, let's get it.
Nice cover art, by the way.
Yeah, the cover art's sick.
I like that.
I like these vocals already. Nice.
Are we gonna get like bangers every time now?
Maybe. Nice. Ooh, I like that one. This is nice. Ooh, I like that fill.
Yeah, that still is crazy.
I like the switch into the re-space right here.
Yeah,
That's
slow
nice.
breakdown.
Little vocal chop too. this is the only part that I've like had anything to say the whole time. Is I think this like lead, the bam, 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 is just a slight bit too loud right here.
Yeah, I agree on that.
But like everything else about this song is
there's one point that Morbid pointed out, which I agree. The clap could have a bit more of a transient in the drop. Yes, I feel like the clap is good, but it just like doesn't slap enough. But other than that, man, like, how can I say anything about this? Like,
so
I don't
good,
even produce that good, so I mean, nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, I think the clap would sound nice with just like a little bit more of a transient on there, just a little bit more like punchy. Yeah.
What's up with all these fucking dudes having like 30 followers, 200 followers, and producing good shit like this? Like,
it's just people are just insane.
How?
I think
like,
it's just
fucking
what
Christ.
I think it is there's just so many resources out there for free for you to like find like how to, you know, like make really good shit. So like I think it's just like the barrier to entry has been like lower than it's ever been. So like it makes it so that there's just so many talented new people coming out, and it's like it's really refreshing, honestly.
Oh yeah,
you
for
could
sure.
Also make that lead a little bit more stereo. Yeah, definitely. Like this stereo, this. If you made it more stereo and like dialed it back in the mix, I think it would sit a little bit better. But yeah, this is so good.
But apart from that, really, really good track. Shout out Flu.
Yeah. Big vibe, big vibe.
Hey, Garp, I've already heard this one. You sent it to me.
KH90, let's go.
That's a good one.
Ooh, a little panning. Yo, what's good? Save yourself. Daniel, what's good? Yeah, this one's cool.
That's cool. There's one thing that really stands out to me is that I think the sub needs a little bit more work. I guess it's like too tight. I feel like if a sub would be like a little bit more like fatter and like not longer but like less tight, it would make the track like beef up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like the clap is not piercing through the mix enough. Like it like kind of like stands back in the mix. So either like what I love to do to make I recently had this problem for a lot of my tracks where my clap was just sitting in the back of the mix. The way I fixed this recently is by I compress my kick and my clap in a drum bus channel, and then I just compress it with a plugin called TDR compressor, and I just compress the transient. That's it. Also, like, I feel like the whole mix down maybe needs a little bit of like a cleaning. So like a little bit of leveling, of course, like compression, and yeah, that's about it. Like other than that, the sound design is cool. The vocal is cool. Little atmospheres are nice too. I think the intro needs maybe a little bit more of like background elements. feel
That's
like
what
it's
I
a
was
bit
thinking
there.
as well. Like the intro, I feel like could use a little bit more of like either just like a pad or atmosphere or melody or
Even a
something to like,
re-space or something,
yeah,
yeah.
just something to like give it something a little bit more. Because right now it's just like a little bit dry. Like there's not much to
Yeah,
it that like, you
yeah,
know, draws me in as like a listener. And then
yeah,
like I think the drums just don't come through in the mix enough, and the
yeah,
sub kind of doesn't as well. I think there's something with the sidechain
yeah,
that like is kind of throwing me off. And then I think the synths are just too loud comparative to everything else. Like I think that's kind of
yeah,
what's making it so that the synths,
maybe.
they're like kind of like drowning out the clap as well. Like I think the clap and the excuse me, the clap and the synths share a similar frequency spectrum, so like they're just like kind of competing for space in that area.
Yeah,
So like yeah, just some more like sidechain and compression, and just try to get those drums to come through a little bit more. And like Cold was saying with the sub, just kind of like maybe open up the LFO of it a little bit longer so that it really fills up space.
yeah. Because like
But
I've
yeah,
had this problem too, where like not too long ago, like my synths were a little too loud, so it was like drowning everything in the mix. So I
yeah,
guess like just making the synths a little bit more quiet would be a better option. I think it would clean down most of the mix, and then
yeah,
obviously like working all the things that we just pointed out. But yeah,
yeah,
it's a good
definitely.
track. It's a really good
Yeah, I
track.
like this one for sure. Yeah, Void, send anything. I mean, it's feedback, so like it doesn't need to be a full song. Like even like a five
Yeah.
second whip, we could get feedback on. So yeah, send him whatever you got, and
And
we'll
by the way, thank
jump
you
in.
guys for also pointing out some points in the chat because like
Yeah,
sometimes it's really hard when we're listening to stuff, we're always like analyzing things, so maybe we're missing out something. So yeah, like I've seen a couple like comments in the chat that really helped us like give proper feedback. So
yeah,
yeah, shout out to you
definitely,
guys.
definitely. We got Horchata ID,
Horchata.
exclusive for a particular label. Yeah, this one's dope. I think that the sub in this one would probably sound better if it followed the synths right here instead of just the quarter note. And the pitching of the sub, I don't know if it really necessarily works as well.
Yeah. The sub is
Um,
also a little too tight too. Same
yeah,
problem as the other one. I feel like it doesn't fill out the whole track. Like it
yeah.
could be
I
like you said, the
think,
hell output could be a little fatter than this, and then yeah,
yeah. I think like the mix down as well is just really quiet.
yep.
Except for the effects, like your down sweeps and like or
Those
like
were those were
like
good.
they're too loud though, like in the mix. Like I think you need to bring those back and bring like the synths and the sub and the drums up a little bit more, because like everything else is like sitting really quiet, and then the effects like the sweeps and stuff like that are just really loud in the mix. But
Also, I
yeah,
noticed in the intro, the clap doesn't really have reverb. It's kind of like too dry a little bit.
yeah,
And this is personal preference. Like I said, like I give technical feedback and I give like personal preference feedback. I'm not a fan of the kick. It sounds more like a hip hop kick, like a boom bap kick. I
yeah,
think it doesn't really like fit with the track. And another thing I have to say is the synth in the switch is a little too quiet compared to the main one in the first part.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think what Daniel said in chat is like some hi-hats, like triplet hi-hats or like offbeat kicks. Yeah, like adding some like drum flow to this would really like make it feel a little bit more interesting and have like more of a groove to it too. I think that's like good advice.
For sure. But it's a good starting point. You can see like that this track
definitely.
is going in the right directions. It just needs a little bit more work, and that's exactly why we're doing feedback, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. Oh shit, he sent in a second one. Okay, cool. We'll repeat this one real quick as well.
Maybe a little bit more reverb on the hats. Just like
just make the intro in general a lot wetter, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like very dry, but yeah. Sounds like it might be a deep tune.
Yeah. I knew it. The whole mix down in general is pretty quiet, so maybe like turning everything up.
Yeah, I think this vocal, personally, it's just like a taste thing, is like just kind of annoying. I don't know if it like, I feel like, I don't know.
Personally for me, it doesn't really bother me. What bothers me the most is like how dry the drums are. I feel like especially in a deep tune, you want really like, you know, like
wet,
spacey
reverby,
type of like
spacey
atmosphere.
drums, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the oi is like, it's fine, but I think like maybe just dial it back a lot, because I think it's like really forward in the mix and it just feels like kind of out of place for this style of a song. Yeah, Astra, anything. But yeah, no, this is a cool vibe. I think just like getting it louder, making the drums a little bit more wet and like spacey and stuff like that, and then just like kind of dialing back, like, or like being really aware of what elements you want to be very forward in the mix and like what you want to like carry it. And I think like that vocal, like I think that could be dialed back a lot, because I don't think it necessarily like carries in any way to warrant it being that forward in the mix, personally.
For sure. But, I agree with that.
LOL Carnage reference. Yeah, it needs to be way more louder, actually.
Another Locust track.
Locust Security Protocol. All right, let's get it. Gordo. I forgot he changed his name to that. It's crazy that he produced a fucking full Drake album. I like these drums.
Ooh.
This is dope. That's synth.
Telling you, Locust is really, really fucking good, bro. That man is up next for sure.
That synth is really going crazy in my right ear, though. I feel like the panning is off on it.
Yeah. The drums are crazy, sub is nice.
Yeah. I like this one a lot. This makes me want to rob my own house, he said.
This part with triple ads would go crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like this part is maybe a little too much.
Yeah, the resonance on the synth here is
maybe turn down the resonance so it's a little bit tighter and it would
Yeah.
fit pretty well. I'd say like the only complaints I have is like first of all in the intro the downlifters are maybe a little too loud, just a little too loud.
Yeah.
The synth is really wide. I would make it
it's like
a little bit tighter.
It seems like it's mostly on the right side too. Like there's just like a lot of information in the right ear and not like a lot in the left ear. I would definitely like push the synth a little bit more mono. Because
and it needs a little bit of EQing too. I've heard like some frequency peaks. Like sometimes it's really minimal, but like it makes a whole difference to just like EQ one little peak like that. That's why I always look at my span and my spectrum to see like where like the frequency peak is. Because sometimes you can't even like really hear it that well, but on a big system, it's gonna make a huge difference. So it's a really good track. Really good track.
Yeah, and like
mainly
you said,
on
with
the
the
triplet
triplet
part,
hats would sound so nice right here.
Oh yeah,
like that would sound so good.
Yep,
and then yeah, you could also like throw Soothe on here. I don't know if you can like find it for free. Like definitely don't steal it or anything. Wink wink, but yeah, put some Soothe on there would be sweet. Clean up some of the frequencies a bit, and then just tighten up the resonance on that last phrasing. Be tight, but yeah, these drums are really good. That snare is really nice.
Yep. Also another thing is sometimes it's really hard to like really know if the sub is too quiet or too loud. So usually my trick for you guys in the chat, when I make a sub, I check my spectrum, and whenever the sub hits in between -6 and -3 dB, that's usually like the sweet spot for me. So yeah, maybe like just check that on that track. It seems at the right volume, but I would just double check it just to be sure, because you don't want your track to be like like lacking sub on a big system or something, or having too much. So,
another thing you can do as well is like to find like a good volume of a sub is using U-lean. You can go around like -9 to -11 lufs, and that's like pretty perfect for a good sub.
Another trick that you showed me a couple of days ago.
Yeah, when we were working on the collab, that's right. But yeah, thank you for the submission. We got Anno
Shout out
by
Locust.
Misled, I think. Misled. Figured it out. Misled. Different.
Can you just stop it 1 second?
Yeah.
I feel like there's one of the chords. I think the last one is a little bit out of tune. I don't have any music theory, so I can't really like pronounce myself too much on that. But it seems like there's a little bit like something off on the last chord, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Like this one.
That one, yeah, it's like
yeah.
Yo, what's good, Maniac? What's up, Jinx? No, it's coming up. I gotta check this submissions channel too. All right. It's a good track.
I don't hate it. It's not my style, obviously, but there's definitely something going on in the sub. I think it's really wide. I don't think it's
also
mono.
clipping just a little bit as
Yeah,
well.
like sub is like that's what I wrote in my notes here. The sub is too distorted. The clap, in my opinion, needs layering a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit bare. So maybe like stacking like 1 or 2 more claps together would be something cool. In the flute lead, there's a weird resonance in it, so I'm pretty sure you could fix that by EQing it.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
definitely
apart from
don't
that,
steal Soothe and put it on there either.
wink, wink.
But yeah, no, I think you nailed it on the head. Like pretty much everything you said is exactly what I was thinking about it. And the intro too, like I feel like the intro is like creative and different, but I think like there needs to be something that like brings you in as a listener, that like keeps you interested. I feel like it's maybe just like a little too long and a little too tired before the
if
drop.
you're
Like,
making a long
doesn't...
intro like that, you need a story, you know, like you need something that like takes you through up until like the drop. So yeah, I agree with that.
We don't condone piracy, but steal it. That's so funny. Dude, what's the fucking... You wouldn't steal a car, so why would you steal a movie? You know what I'm talking about? Like those fucking anti-piracy commercials. So funny. Scottish Warlord remix, let's go. By Electronic.
Scottish anthem.
Damn, there is so many songs. We'll try to get through all of them. If you guys have sent it multiple, I might only like listen to one, so we can try to get to everybody as well.
Yep.
Yeah, this is cool. I think the idea is there.
The idea is definitely there. I'd say the synth is way too loud. Like just when it started, like being the first like 4 bars, it was just. I think
maybe the intro is just too quiet. Yeah, maybe it is too loud actually. Yeah, I don't know. The intro is definitely a lot quieter than the drop, which is usually good, but like I think like the synth is just like a bit insane.
Piercing, like it's really too loud, so maybe like take this a little lower. I think this is personal preference also. I think the kick is really flat. It doesn't.
Yeah, I think
it almost seems like there's no low
in general. Like the whole drop just feels like really dry. Like the pauses in between the subs, like it almost feels like it's like a full stop in between each hit. Like
sub is also really flat.
Yeah,
it almost seems like there's no low end in it. So
yeah. So, but I like the idea. I like the direction that it's headed. I like that it's not just like...
The idea is definitely there. Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
I like that it's not just like Akira Sense with like a different flow or something like that. I feel like you see that a lot with remixes where people like just don't do much to the song and then re-release like a different version of it. I like that you like took it in a completely different direction. So like, yeah, it's cool.
Keep up this idea. Just fix a little bit of like the mix down because I feel like it's flat a little bit. But yeah, it's a good idea. I like that one.
Definitely. Hags. What is that? Like
that's the name of the track.
Yeah.
Intro is nice. Love that.
Yeah, this is a cool idea.
really like it. I really like it. To be honest, I love this track. Same as the previous one. I think the kick is a little flat. But it's personal
I don't mind
preference.
the drums
At the end
in
of the
this one
day,
too much, personally. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like boomy kicks. Like if you check out every single one of my tracks, like my kick is really like low endy. So in my opinion, it would just like fucking hits a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's personal preference. So like it depends what you like.
Yeah.
The synth is maybe a little too loud and needs maybe a little bit more reverb. But apart from that, I really don't have much to say about this one. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I like this one. It's cool.
Yeah.
Most want that hat to be louder. Yeah, definitely. I apologize in advance. Mine is so quiet. I don't know how to make it loud.
That's all right.
Clip on the master. I feel like it distorts some clips when I turn it up. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like, it's kind of hard to boost. We were trying to mess with our collab the other night and try to just get it a little bit louder, and we like turned the soft clipper up just a little bit, but then it distorted the sub, like the low end. So instead of like boosting the soft clipper, what we had to do is like go into the mix down and like turn every element up except for the sub and the kick, so that the low end.
I think it comes down to mix down. It really comes down to mix down, because like if you turn up everything and it doesn't seem loud enough and it's clipping, it's because somewhere in your mix down there's something that's not at the right level, or there's something that needs to be EQ'd. That's one thing I noticed, is that usually when you turn up the whole thing with a soft clipper, if it doesn't sound good, there's like a problem in your mix down. So yeah.
And like I always personally, I don't put anything on my master. I let everything go over 0. I think it sounds a lot more clean that way. And like you just mix down really loud instead of like mixing down to -6 and then mastering back up and squashing everything and making it sound really like squashed.
I'm not a fan of compression on the master.
Yeah, exactly.
I know some people do it. I'm not really a fan of. Basically, my master like is I turn everything up, like all the samples, to 30%, and then I put 3 soft clippers almost to the max. That's basically my mix down. But I know it's not the best way to do it. There's probably like better ways to do it, but that's how I found my mix sounds to be like the cleanest, in my opinion. But like I said, it's mix down is such a thing that it depends on like what you want to achieve with the track. I don't think there's a right and wrong way to do it. It just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think like if you're trying to go for loudness and things are distorting, I think it's because your low end is getting pushed too loud. Like maybe all your other elements are a little bit too quiet, so you want to like push everything. But like your sub is already like at a point where if you push it anymore, it's going to clip, and that's what's causing it to distort. So you just keep the low end a little bit, like, or keep the low end where it's at and then boost everything else a little bit just by like
usually it's the low end when it clips.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of this.
Yeah, we got Boat and Everon Underworld. Let's get it. Nice. G clip and mid-side EQ patcher preset. Tight.
Pull your stupid flow through your eyes and use it as rain to ride your bony butt back to the darkest pits of the underworld from whence you came.
I like that vocal.
Yep.
This is a cool fake out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's cool. I think the reverb is a little bit too much on the synths, and I think the drums and the sub are just very like quiet. Like the kick is like just almost non-existent. Like it needs to.
That's what I rolled too.
Really punch through the mix a lot more on this, but I think the idea is definitely there. Also, I think like instead of having this section, I think you should just go straight into this.
Yeah,
I think this is a way better
so
fake out, just like phrasing wise.
That's basically what I wrote. I said more background elements
Mhm.
because I'm a sucker for like a good atmosphere. I don't know why, like
Yeah.
it's really my thing. I like really atmospheric tracks and like when you can really feel the vibe of the track. But this is also personal preference. Kick could be a little louder, doesn't punch enough. That's what I wrote. So yeah, kick maybe turn it up a little bit. Compression also. Sub is not loud enough. That's also another point I wrote. So yeah, we pretty much have the same feedback on this one.
Yeah, just a little bit of mix down stuff is really all it needs. I like the idea too, and then the reverb
Vacchio
on the
pointed
synth
out
is just a
something.
little bit too much. What's that?
Yeah. Vacchio said it reminds me of Arcade by Napster. Totally, yeah. I got that vibe too when I heard this.
I'm not familiar with that song, but that's tight. All right, we got
Phonic. I think I've seen that name before.
Yeah. Ooh, I like these little glitch sounds.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice.
Punchy. I like that.
That's
nice.
tight. I like those little reverb throws.
I don't have much to say about this one except that the
right
riser
here. Another thing, I think the drums could come through a little bit more. Like I think the clap shares like pretty much exactly the same frequency spectrum as the synths, and it just doesn't come through in the mix enough. I think it might even sound better with a snare instead of a clap.
Yes, totally. I agree with that.
And then also, I think just the tonality of the synths after a certain point needs to change. Like, I think like halfway through the drop, just make the tonality, like go back into the patch or whatever. Like, I don't know if you resampled these or how you made these, but just find a way to like make the tonality just slightly different so that it just has that like progression to it, so that it doesn't get as like dry or like, yeah.
Agree with that. I said there's only one thing, but maybe this is because I'm listening through a stream right now and I'm not listening to the actual clip. But I feel like the whole like mix down and masters like maybe a little too pushed. Like it's like distorting just a little too much for me. But like I said, I don't know if it's because of the stream or it's because of the actual track. I would need to listen to the track like once on Cloud or.
Discord like definitely like distorts like low end sometimes, I feel like, but
so yeah,
I mean like the mix down I think is like pushed, but I think like this style of music is like meant to have your mix down like very pushed, so like I think it makes sense here. But yeah,
like I said, it's Discord, probably because of the stream.
Discord definitely like makes shit clip for no reason.
Pan snare, I'd love a pan snare on that.
I think like I want just like a tear out snare, like not necessarily like a pan snare, but just like a heavy like I don't know, like more like acoustic snare would sound sick on this.
Yeah, something like ominous clap or snare.
Yeah, that would be really tight. But yeah, that one's a good one. I really like that intro. I wish my intros were that good.
Corrupt. I think I've seen this guy last week on SoundCloud. If I'm talking about the same guy, this guy was crazy.
Hell yeah. Ooh, I like these perks.
Yeah.
You can tell from the sound it's about to go down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is sick. I just don't think I like the second snare or like the first snare switch.
Yeah, me neither. That's one
just
thing I wrote.
That first,
keep the first one.
Yeah, and then have this snare switch, because I think. Or wait. Yeah, it's the same one, but yeah, I don't know. Like I don't think that snare switch is necessary. I think the regular clap is good.
Something I wrote is the sub is pretty monotone all the way through. Which, in my opinion, you could probably like just make a couple like of sub plays like woo woo woo.
Yeah,
woo,
that would sound cool.
You know, like it would just like add a little bit more to the track. In my opinion, the drums are not punchy enough. I feel like they're kind of like laid back a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's so subjective because I like punchy drums, like really like low endy drums. So it depends what you're going for.
I think the sub might be like a little bit too loud, and like I think that's why the drums don't come through as much. I think if you just dialed back the sub a little bit, and maybe pushed the kick a little bit more. I think the clap sounds good where it is, but maybe just push the kick a little bit more and dial back the sub a bit. Sound really nice.
I don't know if there's a kick under the clap. It doesn't sound like there is. Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's there. It's just a little quiet. Yeah, I think just
bring
the sub down a bit and bring the kick up a bit. It'll sound really nice.
But yeah, that's a good one. I like this one.
I love the intro. This intro is super creative.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what it reminds me of?
Like shit.
It reminds me of Hamdi.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, we got Maniac. Pre-drop Vox is a bit weird. LMA. All right, bet. I like the little like heartbeat vibe.
Yeah.
Testicular torture!
Jesus Christ, what's that?
Yeesh. Yeah,
Nice.
that one's insane. I think the
I am really not
snare-
out of tier out, but it's really good. It's really good.
I feel that.
honestly.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I think the distortion sounds like really nice on this in a way, but I think the snares just I don't really like the snares for some reason. I just
Yeah.
like I feel like they're
Me
too
neither.
like dull and like they just don't come through in the way that I would like.
I wrote the same
Yeah.
thing. I wrote also in the intro, like there's maybe too much low end in the intro elements. Like it seems like it's clipping a little bit, but it's not supposed to clip, in my opinion. But like I said,
Yeah.
it's subjective.
Yeah. My girl broke my heart type beat. Yeah. This one is
But yeah.
definitely some angry music. I like it. It's definitely the thing that really bothers me about it. There is some
Yeah,
like
mainly.
over distortion in the intro, in my opinion. Like I feel like you could dial back like the distortion on like the mid highs in the intro a little bit more, just so it's like just a little bit cleaner on the intro, and then have it come in really heavy distorted on the drop. Might be kind of a cool idea to experiment with
Yep.
as well. But
Definitely.
yeah, this
I
one's
agree with that.
definitely sick. I like this one.
It's a good one.
Thanks for the submission. Can I send in one more ID? Well, like there's a lot of submissions right now. I don't think we'll get to it, to be honest. And we're trying to just do one from each person at this point, because
Save it for next week.
yeah, definitely send in for next week. Change the snare and check the low end on the intro. Noted. Yeah, definitely. Just mess around with some different kind of snares, maybe something a little bit brighter, something that's not so dull and tucked back. But yeah,
Shout out. It's a really good track.
yeah.
Even though I'm
definitely.
not a fan of tier out at all, like I don't like that genre, this is really good. I can recognize that it's a good track.
Yeah. All right, we got World Boss.
Alliance forces still refuse to die like good little soldiers. Let us
Nice
help them
vocal.
along.
Yeah, maybe some
The
reverb on
magic
it, though.
holding these elementals at bay is weakening. Destroy them before they become more of a nuisance. That should keep them subdued until we devise a more permanent solution.
I like the sub on this one.
It's really cool flow to it.
Excellent. one who resisted
This is cool. I like the
and
flows.
failed.
Chiraruma, 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 chiraruma.
Yeah, this one's cool.
I like this one a lot. The sound design is crazy. Honestly, I
Yeah.
love this one.
I like the flows on it too. I just think like the only feedback I really have for it is try to work on the phrasing of the flows because there's a lot of really cool flows in there, but I think like where they are in the phrasing like doesn't necessarily like make the most sense. Like I think a lot of the flows are like they're really good, but I think they're also all over the place in the way that they like play off of each other. I think like you could either set up like a call and response type flow with it or just like keep the changes in flow like a little bit more cohesive to a pattern instead of like being like one flow, the next flow, like just like very, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just like a little bit sporadic with like the flows, even though they're all really cool. I think you should like try to dial in like more of a recognizable pattern with them.
For sure,
yeah.
I agree with that. I have a couple of things, but they're all like really small things. In my opinion, the main synth is not loud enough. And it would need maybe just a little bit more of reverb, just a little bit, not too much. The vocals seems a bit dry in the intro too. That's one thing we pointed out at the beginning. There's also a second synth that comes in, and it has like some weird frequency peaks. So maybe like EQing that would make it less harsh in the ears. And somewhere in the drop, I don't remember exactly where, but there's like a place where there's not much going on except like sub, kick, clap, and synth. So I would maybe add like more background elements, like little atmospheres. And this is more personal preference, but your kick is really good. But I would just add like a transient shaper on it, just so it like hits a little bit more. But apart from that, it's really, really good. That's
I
really
this
like the
one.
minor changes I would do, but yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah, I like
Good
the
job.
flow of like the drop. It's got this like kind of like groovy, like glitch hoppy kind of flow at first,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yep.
But yeah, all right, we got Tickle jump on the mic. Let's go.
Come here, I want to show you something.
Yeah, this is cool.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
But I feel like everything in the track is way too dry.
Yeah.
Like almost
I feel that
everything.
as well.
So like obviously, you know, you don't put a reverb on your kick or like your sub, but like everything else, like claps, hats, vocals, more atmospheric elements, so like background, like little whoosh and shit, that could be cool. The vocal is too loud just a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think like they're
And
sporadically like one of the vocals is like the right volume,
the right,
and the other
yeah,
one's
and the
like
other
too
one is
loud.
too loud.
I think just like general leveling of the mix down could help a
That's
lot.
what I wrote too. A general
Yeah.
leveling would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
But apart from that, the idea is really good. It just needs a little bit like more reverb on everything and like leveling. That's about it for me.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go. We got Gooses. with a Bishu flip. Let's go. It was Tickle Bro for sure. I'm not familiar with the original, but this is a sick.
Yeah, I don't know the original either. Noisy boy.
Noisy boy.
All days I can see.
Oh, that's nice.
All days I can see. 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 All days I can see.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, the drums are really nice.
Mix down is really good too.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to say is that it's my personal opinion once again, but I think the whole intro is too loud, maybe just a little too loud. I would just turn down everything from like, let's say it's at 100%, I would turn down to like 95.
I think it's just the guitars and the melody is too loud. I like the way the drums are, and I like the way the vocals are loudness wise, but I think just like the melody of everything can be turned down a lot though. Or not even a lot, just like a little bit more. And then I think like the vocal in the intro,
yeah, it's really the guitar and like the lead.
yeah. Also, I don't know if there's like only that dun, 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 vocal phrase. I don't know if there's like more vocals within the song, but maybe like use some of the other vocals from the song, if there is any, in the start of the drop, and then when it comes into like the B section, then do this like dun, 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 like vocal over and over again.
Yeah,
because it feels like more of a switch vocal. Like when it comes in, like it feels like there should be like a less of a vocal chop and more of like a full vocal, and then go into a vocal chop or something like that. Could be cool. I don't know if there's, I haven't heard the original song, so I don't know if there's more vocals to really work with. If that's the only vocal, then I get why it's like that. But yeah,
I agree with that. Other than that, it's a really, really good song.
Big Goose moment. All right, we got, what is that? Retcon 10 with stereo coil, maybe. All right, let's go. The fuck is that image?
I have this image on my phone. Man, that whole intro is big. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That is
I
fat.
like this one a lot. I think the drums
Same.
are really good on this one. I think the synths could be leveled a bit more. Like I think some synths are a little bit louder than others, and I think like if you could just like get the loudness of your synths more cohesive, it would sound a lot better. And then somebody else mentioned that the build up could use a little bit more work. I kind of agree with
I wrote
that.
the same thing. I wrote the same thing, yeah. And like I feel like another point that relates to like the build up is like I feel like the end of the drop transitioning to the intro is like kind of the same. It like the whole track is really, really good. It's so good. But like the build up and the transition is like it could need some work. But apart from that, man, I have nothing else to say. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Noisy Boy, yeah, there's like a lot of songs.
We're not even halfway
yours.
through, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Like there was some of these are doubles though, like people that like sent a second song. So we'll probably skip those for this stream. You can always send them in next stream, but I want to like make sure everybody that hasn't been heard yet gets heard. So yeah. All right, we got Shax.
Have you pegged Wubby?
Yes.
It's not true.
Do you remember the last one where it said that you were pegged?
Nice.
Broke the
vocal is
dogs
funny.
on the screen.
For this one, in my opinion, the synth is really good, but it needs more reverb and a little bit of EQing because I feel like it's a little bit too dry. Also, this is personal preference. That's what I would do, but you don't need to do it. But in the intro, you have like the same phrasing of synth. What I would do instead is just take little one shots and just drown them in reverb and delay. So it's not really like, like you could hear what you're gonna hear in the drop, but you still have that element of surprise when you hear the drop, because like now I feel like it reveals it too early and you already know what's gonna be in the drop. But that's my personal opinion. So yeah, apart from that, it's a really good one. Vocal probably needs like a little bit of leveling. I feel like sometimes it's really loud, sometimes it's like at the right volume. And that's basically it for me.
Yeah, I think you nailed it with that. Like, there's not really much else I would do besides that. Thank you for subbing to the Patreon, Noisy Boy. We're gonna listen to yours next. Reminder also, if anybody is a part of the Patreon, you get priority in the queue, meaning you get put to the front of the line. So like if you're a Patreon, make sure your shit is connected in Discord so that you can access the Patreon stream submissions channel also. But yeah, let's hear this shit. Noisy Boy. This image is insane.
Man, try. Set it. Man, try. Set it. Man, try.
Man should know I'm the shit, no fly. Man try, said it.
Woo.
Man try, said it.
Fire, the little pauses.
Man try, said it. try to set it.
This is
I have
fire.
nothing to say about this. Honestly,
my only
it's not
thing
really
I would
my style of
say-
rhythm. So
The only thing I would say is the white noise sweeps are way too loud in my opinion. I think you could dial those back a lot, but besides that, I like it. Yeah.
Since it's not really the style of rhythm I make, like I don't really have much to say about it. I really like it. It's just really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much other feedback other than the white noise sweeps. I think the white noise sweeps are just a bit too much volume wise, but yeah, this is tight.
This is fire.
Big noisy boy tune. Common noisy boy W. All right, we got
Haunter
Stanced. Haunter style Halloween special from 9 months ago. Yizzer, thanks for the submission. Appreciate you. Yeah, the cover art is badass.
Yeah, I was about to say this too.
Yeah, this one's cool. I think the what is that, like atmosphere in the background is a little too loud.
Too loud.
And then the synths I think are just a bit too quiet, or just like they could be brightened up a little bit. I think it's a free plugin by I think it's iLock called Fresh Air, and you could just like boost the mids and highs a little bit with that. I think it would sound nice. Also, I think the flow of like it's just quarter notes the whole way through. I think you could add some sort of variation or something that progresses the synths that makes it feel more interesting throughout. I think it just like it doesn't keep your attention because it just kind of is the same mostly throughout.
Clap is not loud enough too. I feel like the clap is a little too laid back.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's either one or the other, but on your synth, it seems like either you didn't EQ the low end, or the sub is not in the right key. I feel like the sub is way too high on the keys. It almost sounds like it's an A, which in my opinion, like G is like the maximum that you can go in like the higher keys, because otherwise it doesn't really like. I don't know, it's not like present enough, it's not fat. It's like it just sounds like almost like it's one octave too high. So I would check that. And like you said, I think the flow could like need some variation somewhere.
Yeah.
Also Astra pointed this out, like maybe like percussions variations could be cool.
Yeah.
Like little clap fills.
Yeah, just like
the
any kind
pad.
of variation in general to make it feel like it's like progressing instead of it just being like just like control bead. Basically.
And don't forget to turn down the atmosphere. The atmosphere was way too loud, like especially in the drop.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's a good one. It's a good one. Keep it up.
Yes, sir. All right, we got DJ Sinks. Let's go. Yeah, that's dope. I like
That is a good one. One thing I gotta say is I almost wrote that before even listening to it, but judging by the waveform, it seems like everything is a bit too loud.
Yeah.
I think like everything is too pushed, so maybe like turning everything down just a little bit. This is personal preference. Hats seems a bit dry. I think like just putting a little reverb on the hats would be cool.
The offbeat hat specifically. The
Yeah,
offbeat
exactly.
hat, I noticed that
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
The drums could be a bit more interesting. I feel like it's the same pattern all the way through. So like
Yeah.
maybe adding like clap fills and like different percussions, triplet hats, just a little more variation. I think it could be cool. Another thing I noticed is that the synth is a bit too wide. I felt like it was like really like on the sides instead of like being more towards the middle and like just having like, you know, like a bit on the side. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've noticed the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
But apart from that, it's a good one. It's a really good one. I like the sound
Yeah.
design. It's really cool. Nice intro too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
you just need to tie everything together. But apart from that, really good one.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the submission. All right, we got Juice. Let's go.
The Raybolt remix.
Happy song. All right.
I don't know the original, so
yeah, I don't really either. I think the last stream, Juice sent in a really fire song, and like the stream lagged out right when it got to the drop.
Oh
So, let's knock on wood and hope that doesn't happen again.
if it happens again, he has like some kind of curse.
I like the artwork a lot.
Happy song doesn't sound too happy to me. It sounds more like Morbius and like
melancholy.
It has a lot of tension. Oh, never mind.
The instant switch up above.
Fire. I like that.
Yeah, that's clean.
I like the kick.
That makes me really happy.
Woo. Damn, that is nasty. Is this 150? I think it's 150.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Nice build up. I like that.
Song makes me very angry.
Nice.
Sheesh.
All right. Honestly, this is fucking amazing. Really like
Yeah,
that one.
I don't have any
The
feedback.
only
for
thing I have
this.
to say is that in the second drop, right after like the second build up, there's like another different synth that comes in, and I feel like it adds like once again a weird resonance. I think like maybe just EQing it, like it's more towards like the low mid, but like more mid side. Probably around like 300 to like 500, somewhere like that. I
Yeah.
feel like there's just a weird frequency peak that sounds a bit boxy. So I think that if you EQ that, that could probably really makes a huge difference. But apart from that, really, really good track. I don't have
Yeah.
much to say about it. Mix
Yo,
down is
Phonic.
clean. Everything is clean.
Phonic,
Yeah.
welcome to the chat. What's good? Yeah, if you send something, send it quick in the Discord if you can, because we are getting close to the end here, and there's a lot of people already ahead.
Do you want to go through all of them that we have up here?
I don't know. I mean, like, we probably, like, what
Maybe we
at?
could do, like, 5 or 6
More,
like,
yeah,
last
because we're
ones.
already at an hour 40.
Yeah. So, like, maybe 5. I think 5 is, like, the
Yeah.
good number to end the stream.
Yeah.
And then we could review some of them,
All right, well,
like,
I'll
on the next
listen.
stream.
We'll listen to the last drop of this real quick, Juice, and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Oh, Jersey Club. Oh my god. That's fire. All right, just one last feedback for that little last drop. I feel like there was a couple frequencies missing in like the mid area. I feel like it was like a bit more towards like the mid-high area, in my opinion. It seemed like a bit more empty than like the previous drops. But apart from that, like the flow is good, the sound design is good, everything is good.
Yeah, Phonic, we'll listen to yours at the end since you sent in really late, but we'll make sure to listen to it. We got you. Atrocity, Screwball, let's get it.
Little erosion on the sub.
Atrocity.
I like that a lot. In my opinion, the switch is way better than the first part, though.
Yeah,
I feel like
the
the first
B-section a lot
part
more.
could maybe use a little bit of work. I'm not sure if this could fix it, but I wrote that in the first part, some of your synths could be like just delayed a little bit. I feel like they're too close to like the kick and clap.
Yeah, like swing them a little bit more on the
Yeah,
grid.
just swing them a little bit more. But apart from that, the B section is fucking sick. I like that a lot.
Also, I think maybe remove the sidechain from the fake out because it sounds like the synths are getting sidechained to nothing on the fake out. Yeah, like I feel like it would be better if that was without the sidechain, but yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, fire one. Shout out to you.
We got Void by Scorn. Let's go.
Ooh, nice intro. I like that.
Big intro. Damn.
Yeah,
that's
this is
really
a cool one.
I can't really give
think
feedback on this because it's like such a different style of genre that like I just don't know. Yeah,
I
I
got
don't
a
think I
couple
could give feedback on this.
recommendations.
Yeah.
It's really personal preference. Everything sounds really good, but I feel like it's lacking a bit of high frequencies. It seems like it's a bit
Yeah, I think
muddy,
that.
but not muddy. You know, like it's just lacking some high frequencies. So
Yeah,
something that could
maybe.
fix it is putting an erosion on your sub. So like, you know, just a little white noise on your sub, like that could be cool. The pad in the back while you're playing like the drop, like the breakdown section, I feel like there has some like frequency peaks. So maybe like EQing like surgical EQs, like just little like down peaks like that, could probably fix it. But other than that, it's not really my style of music, so I can't really give feedback either because I'm not aware of like
Yeah.
what's done in that genre. But speaking from like what I hear right now and like what I would like to add to that track is really what I just told you, like a little erosion on your sub could be cool to like add a little bit of high frequencies
True.
and the EQ on the pad. That's it.
Yeah. Yo, what's good, Arbor? Yeah, no, this one's sick though. Appreciate the submission. All right, we got 140 headshots by Coffee.
Coffee. Pretty sure I follow you, Coffee. I've seen your name around.
I'm following too.
Ooh, that's cool.
I like this.
The mix sound sounds clean too.
Yeah, I like the mix.
Ooh, nice flow.
Yeah, I like this flow. It's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. You could
I
add,
really
a
like
pad
that
in
one.
the background or something like to fill up space, but besides that, I don't really have anything I would change about it.
On the second switch, there's like one synth that has a lot of like low to low mid frequencies. I think I would just like maybe just do a little EQ up to
Yeah.
like 250, 300 maybe.
Maybe like put all the synths on a bus and just throw like a
Yeah.
EQ like on that bus. Yeah.
But like not really like specifically that synth in the third section because I feel like the first one and the second one, like the synths were perfect, didn't need any
Yeah.
EQ. They were really clean.
Yeah.
It was just that little one that you added in the third section, Coffee, and I would see maybe like more perk variations. So like maybe
Yeah,
triple
definitely.
hats or like like clap fills. Just make it a little bit more interesting. But apart from that, like that's really personal preference. If you like it minimalistic like that, keep it like that.
Yeah.
Mix sound is really clean. I have nothing bad to say about this.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one for sure. All right, we got AM Tension 4. Let's go. Let's go.
Like the background elements.
Hey, young dubs.
That snare.
The
needs
reverb is a bit tight. Yeah.
Hooligans.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Yes. I like that.
I like that perk, like, panned way left. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my only gripe with this one is that snare needs reverb.
It needs to be brightened a little bit too. I feel like it's kind of muddy a little bit, but I think fixing the reverb might fix that too. Because you know what I hear is like, I feel like this reverb that's on the snare is like the reverb from the actual sample.
Yeah.
And that it's not like a reverb that's added after. So
yeah,
I would just
exactly.
like, you know, like shorten down like and like just do a little ramp up in volume on the snare, so it's like just a snare without like reverb, and just put your own reverb on it. If it's your own reverb, I would just like make the
decay
delay
longer.
the decay a little bit longer than this.
Exactly.
But apart from that, it's really fire. I like that one.
Yeah,
I fucking love deep.
Yeah, deep dubstep is so good. All right, we got Feel the Doom, Get Real.
That cover art though.
I can feel you in my heart. You in my arms. I can feel you in my heart. You in my arms. Kill him with the baseline, with the baseline. Kill him with the baseline, with the baseline.
Fire,
kill him with the baseline.
Nice. I like that. Phonic, I'm vaping on strawberry kiwi.
Wow, that one's really
Nice.
good. I'm
The
trying to
only
think
thing
if
I have to
noticed
say,
anything about it.
I feel like in the vocal in the intro, it's really hairy. Like, you need to fix like the S's in the vocal. I feel like you
yeah.
really hear like s in the vocals. So maybe like just a little EQ to turn down this would be a great addition to that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, like, it's really a good track. Honestly, I have nothing bad
Yeah.
to say about it. It's
I
the
feel
structure is
like-
really good. The idea is pretty good.
Now that I'm looking at like the waveform and stuff, I think you could probably dial the intro back in volume just a little bit more so that it has more of an energy
also.
change.
Yep.
But yeah, I really like everything about this. The vocal, the build, like the switch into like the different vocals. into
Exactly,
the
Feel
build
the
is
Doom.
really cool.
A DSer, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, just DS it. But yeah, this is sick. I like that a lot. Reloom. I don't even know Whip. Let's go. Reloom, you still here? Yeah, I see you in chat. All right.
55 milligrams on it? Holy shit.
Ooh.
Damn, that's good. Mix down is really clean on this one.
Yeah, the only thing
Really
I'm noticing is the kick and the snare kind of are just like
They're
a little
flat.
too like they're too clicky, I think. Like it almost sounds like you turned the attack way up on like a transient shaper or something on your drums. And I don't know, like I think that little click that's in the kick and the clap, I think you could try to get rid of that a little bit.
That's the only thing I wrote to. Other than that, it's so good. Like the mix down is so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, my only feedback is keep working on it and maybe try to mess with that kick a bit to see what's going on with that like click that's in there. But yeah.
Yep. Same.
Big tune.
Impulse, my brother.
Let's go.
Shout out to you,
Impulse.
Gaetan. That guy really improved too.
Nice.
Are you mad?
God damn.
Yeah.
I don't even
like
know what
that
to
one.
say. Honestly, it's really, really good.
I noticed that he commented on it, fixed sub pattern. I noticed that, like, the sub wasn't following the sense completely. I think, yeah, you already noticed that.
I didn't
about
even
it, though.
notice.
The one thing also that I'm noticing is, like, the hat is, like, panned to the left and, like, sitting really back in the mix. I think you could maybe
Play it
bring the
again?
hat a little bit more forward and bring it, like, just a little bit more to the center.
That's true.
But besides
Apart
that,
from that,
no.
it's really good.
Yeah, there's not
Really
really
good
much
track.
else. I like that one for sure.
Shout out to you, my G.
Save yourself. I don't know yet. IDV9. Let's go. That's a cool photo.
That's a nice intro.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like the tension.
Almost sounds like a movie track.
Oh yeah.
Well, judging by the blue check mark on his profile, I assume that he's a great Submissions are currently closed, but you can submit it next week. Oh my god.
Fucking god, dude. Wow.
Yeah,
this
I
one's
have nothing to say
really
about this.
cool. I think the drums need to come through a little bit more. Like, I want to play this. Like, I think that, like, the intro is really good to,
The
like,
intro's
open a
so
set
good.
with. Like, I would
So good.
genuinely open a set with this. I just think that the drums need to, like, really punch through a little bit more. I think it has, like, this, like, Mirada quality to it. I think what you should try to do is maybe pull, like, a Mirada song into your DAW and just, like, use, like, span and a U-lean and try to, like, figure out, like, how to achieve that sort of a mix down, because I think this song, like the writing of it and the sound design and everything about it is great. I just think like if you were to like put Mirada's mix down onto this song, it would be fucking insane. And I think yeah, like if you just were to,
it
like,
was
get
originally a Mirada collab? Jesus Christ.
Oh shit. Well, that makes sense.
Damn.
But yeah, I think yeah, if you can get those drums to come through a lot more and like just punch harder, I think this would be insanely good. I mean, it already is insanely good, but yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't really say anything about it because clearly this guy has more experience than me in producing. I can for sure recognize that he's way better than me at producing. So shout out to you. It's a really good track.
Yeah, this is
I don't
a
have much to
banger.
say on my end.
Yeah, big one. Let's go. All right, Clyde, I seen you in chat. Yours is up. Let's go. Shift. Woo! This is cool.
That is insanely good. The only thing I would say maybe is your kick seems like maybe too boomy. I would maybe add like a transient shaper on it or something like that. But apart from that, I don't really have any words on that.
It almost seems like it's intentional the way that the kick booms.
Yeah, that's why I like
Yeah.
hesitated like saying this because I feel like it's intentional. It's not really like a badly chosen kick, I guess, or like
Yeah.
badly processed kick. I think it fits the style.
Yeah,
But
it's
this is
cool.
personal preference. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
no, good one, really good
Yeah,
one.
definitely. That one's sick. All right, is this? I think we listened to a song named Void, not the artist.
No,
right?
I don't think so. Not
Okay.
maybe.
Well, I mean,
but
it's
anyways,
40 seconds. It's 40 seconds. So we're just running
yeah, and
through
we have like what 5 or 6 left, so we're gonna go through them anyways.
6, yeah.
That's a good one. I'd say what I have to say about it is that it seems like the drums are kind of like buried in the mix. I feel like they don't pop enough. Also maybe like playing with different like pitches and tonality in your synth could be cool because I think like it's monotone almost all the way through. So like maybe like trying to play a little bit more with your synth and your sub could add like an interesting element in the track, but that's personal preference once again. But yeah, I think like more on the technical side of like feedback, drums are kind of buried in the mix, and I think they could add like a little bit more punch to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the thing for me is the reverb. Something like in the reverb is just like it has that like I don't know. It just has like this like added layer of frequency that it almost seems like it's like just getting muddy in the reverb in a way. I don't know.
I'm not experienced enough.
You know what I'm saying? Do you hear that at all or no?
Not really, honestly.
Okay. I don't know.
Like I said,
Maybe
I'm not
tripping.
experienced enough to really like get super technical with stuff because like I've only been producing for 2 years, so I can't really proclaim myself like I have like all the knowledge in the world to like give like the actual proper feedback. So yeah, on that I'm gonna leave it to you because I don't really know anything about that. But for me, it was really like what standed out the most like about feedback is the drums. Like they're not present enough, but that's about it.
Yeah, but no, I like this one. I think it does have like a like Rain said, kind of like an infect vibe to it.
I noticed that too.
Let's
Definitely.
go. Wait,
Works and Jitters.
did we listen? No, we didn't listen to this one. It was just very similar artwork.
We didn't listen to this one, but we listened to a Jitters track earlier. I think it was like one
Yeah,
of
but
the
it
first
was
ones.
a different collab with somebody else though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so alright.
G works. Shout out to Kaizoku.
Hell yeah. Phonic, yours is in 4.
I've heard this one before.
This is clean. I like this a lot. Yes. I love when it comes in on the snare. Ooh, that Yes, I love the drum flow here.
This part could use a ride though. Just a...
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like that one. Honestly, I like that it didn't have it and then it came in though. That like kind of added some energy to it. That's kind of cool. But no, this is I honestly don't really have any feedback for that. I like it just the way it is. It's really nice.
I've heard it before.
Reposted it.
Because like Work sent it to me like earlier before he posted it, but yeah, no, that's a really good one. I like that one. I don't have much to say about it.
Tight. All right, we got one more from Savior. So I mean, there's only 4 left. We'll go ahead and listen to it because the last one they sent was really cool.
Hell yeah.
Should we all buy Nair and use it on stream? Yeah, it's educational purposes.
It's gonna be good, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phonic pointed out something. You need more light in your room.
Oh, dude, it's my camera setting. Here, hold up. I had it set for how it was earlier.
Put it on the second drop.
This is,
Put it on the second drop.
Yeah, this is.
He said the second drop is way better. But this is fire. This is fucking fire.
Yeah, no, I had my camera settings for when it was light out because we started and the light was coming through my fucking blinds, and then it got like progressively darker. But yeah, I noticed it like got really dark.
Woo! Nice. Yeah, this is fire. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you right now.
Yeah, this is so clean.
Oh, he's from Canada too. Canada gang, let's go.
Sheesh. Yeah, no, that's tight.
Yeah, that's fucking fire. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's really, really good.
Yeah. All right. Vacchio.
Vacchio. My boy.
It's pitch black and cold scam is good. Yeah, no. It was like fun when I started the stream. I like set up OBS and then it just like got darker. And I don't really want to turn on like the fucking light in my room is so fucking bright. Yeah, this one's cool. I think
This is cool.
It just needs a different sub, and it needs some more background elements to keep it more interesting. I think. But
For
besides
my
that, I
part-
think it sounds pretty good.
For my part, I think the kick is like maybe too boxy a little bit. Like
I like the kick personally, but I don't know. I like those.
this
style
is
kicks
personal
sometimes.
preference. I would change the kick on this one. Not a fan of it, but like I said, it's personal preference.
Yeah.
The sub could need a little bit of work. I feel like less distortion could work better because I feel like it's really like more on the low mid spectrum than like the lows. There's also one thing I noticed. This is also personal preference, but I think it could really like make the track a little bit better. So on the hat pattern, there's like not an offbeat at, but it's like tss, 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 tss. And like the one before the one that's actually like on the time, I would just lay it back just a little bit. Vacchio, I don't know if you produce on FL, but I would put the 1/3 grid, and I would put your hat before the one that's on time, 4 little like bars before. I feel like it's like the perfect sweet spot for like this kind of like hat bounce. Because like now I feel like it's more like it's too close to like the actual like one that's on time. So like just maybe delaying it back like a little bit more would be cool. Also I feel like on the synth it needs a little bit of EQing on the low end, like low mid section. I feel like it's a little bit too like muddy, boxy a little bit. So maybe like at the range of like 200 to like 350, 400, I would just like make a little dip in your EQ, just a little bit, not too much, so you don't lose like some of that fullness of the synth. But apart from that, it's probably all I have right now to say.
Yeah, no, this one's tight though. I like this one. Yo, what's good, Holics? All right, we got one more from Krito, and then we got Phonic.
Oh, that is the guy that was fire earlier.
Yeah, he makes such crazy shit. What?
Yeah, wheel it.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is fire. That is fire. Like Rain
Sheesh.
said, a collab
Yeah.
with UK would be fucking fire.
Yeah.
That guy
Astra,
is really good.
what is your artist's name? Is it Astra? In the Discord, I can't find your link. Oh, never mind. Here it is. But I think the link is broken. Yeah, the link is broken. If you could send it again, we'll get you. I know you've been in chat waiting this whole time, so just
Finally
restart
time
the
for
link.
Phonic. He's been waiting for a long time too.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, big one, Krito, like usual. Just keep making sick music and sending it because it's fucking insane.
Yeah, like that.
But yeah, all right, Phonic, Where the River Runs Red. Let's go. Dope.
Nice atmosphere.
Yeah, the alt art's cool.
The heart, yeah, the heart.
I like the atmospheres in this section.
Yeah, atmosphere is good.
That's cool that that's your vocals too. Yeah, I like the atmospheres in the intro and the outro area.
Definitely.
It's really cool.
I feel like the clap is not loud enough, maybe too late back in the mix.
In the drop, yeah, I noticed that as well.
The pre-drop vocal is maybe a little too loud, in my opinion. Like the first, like before the drop.
Oh yeah.
And another thing,
I think you could just get rid of the melody or like the atmosphere underneath the vocal because they're like layering on top of each other. Yeah, because like the vocal sounds like good where it is, but I think like because the frequency range is the same as the atmosphere, you're like stacking them, and then it's like becoming too loud. But yeah.
Also, another thing I noticed is that in the synth, sometimes like there's a little peak that's higher. So I would compress it just so it doesn't like it's not like too loud at one point and like goes back to like a regular volume, I guess. But that's about it.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. Nice.
Yeah. You should have sent my color based song. Yeah, you could send it next week. We'll be doing these every Sunday, so different guests every Sunday. So yeah, just send it in next week and we'll
I like the atmosphere in the background. It just needs to be a little louder, I think.
Yeah.
But what will I watch while I'm sitting on a couch?
Nice. Little Simpsons vocal.
I like
this
that.
is cool.
The mix down on the drums is really good. Like the drum sounds really good. I just think
Yeah,
this
I like the
is not
drums.
loud enough. So maybe turning up your synth a little more. And I don't know if you've removed all the low ends from your synths. So because like you were saying earlier that you had trouble like putting everything a little bit louder. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why. I don't know if you did it. If you did it, it shouldn't be a problem. And I feel like the synth maybe needs a little bit more reverb on it, just to like match the atmosphere of the track.
What will I watch while I'm sitting on the couch?
Yeah, I think if you just like saturated and boosted the synths a little bit, and even just like maybe take like an EQ and put like a bell at like the mid high and just like boost it a little bit so that they're just like a little bit brighter. I think, yeah, and then add like a little bit of reverb like KHOLD said. I think the mixdown could be like a lot louder, but I like the
drums are fine. That's the thing. The drums are really good.
I think the sub and the synths and the atmospheres and just basically every other element needs to just be brought up. And yeah, it'll sound really, really nice. Yeah. I'm gonna remove the low ends and some new. Could I? No, your first one was fine, Phonic. I liked that one. Send it in next week. We'll take a listen next week. Plus, we want to get KHOLD out of here. We've been here for almost 2.5
No, it's all
hours.
fine. I'm having fun, and I love giving feedback. Like,
we'll send you guys off with our new collab. Show them a little preview of it, and then we'll get out of here. But I appreciate you guys for locking in. We'll do this again next week as well. So
thank you guys for the fire submissions. By the way, we had a lot of good ones.
Music.
A lot of good ones.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Let's fucking send it off with a little preview of the collab, and yeah.
The dark side brands the undead, and in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
This one was really fun to work on.
Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
I love this section.
I like where you put the vocals that are coming up.
Oh yeah.
Shamans.
Little triplet heads.
I like what you did with my stuff there.
Yeah.
Shout out Octa's in the chat. Bob G.
Yeah, little preview of the ting run. But yeah, appreciate all you guys for locking in. We'll see you guys next week, and yeah, look out for
Have
the
a good night,
announcement and
everybody.
stuff. Yeah, take it easy, everyone. Thanks for the submissions, and we'll catch you.